Good day, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this episode of the System Podcast, where we talk about anything medicine. So we'll be continuing with the book we started, which is Daily Laws by Robert Greene. And as you can see, we are on the second chapter, which is February, and the name of the chapter is The Ideal Apprenticeship: Transforming Yourself. Now, before I start the whole thing, let me introduce this stuff. They say ideal apprenticeship. Uh, Actually, you have to do some apprenticeship in learning, especially in medicine. We go through all these rounds. We go through so many things, like even in residency is mostly practice than learning. So you have to realize that you have to do some apprenticeship, and doing it the ideal way is more important. Now, go by reading some I'll go by reading some quotes from the chapter, which the author has said. In the stories of the greatest masters, past and present, we can inevitably detect a phase in their lives in which all of their future powers were in development, like the chrysalis of the butterfly. So you can see most of you can chart up the life of most of these top people. I mean, it has been extensively documented where they start when they were are kind of so useless, and they were not really amounting to anything, and they started growing, and today they are authority in their fields and everybody admire them. So there's always a beginning to something. This part of their lives, a largely self-directed apprenticeship that lasts some 5 to 10 years, receives little attention because it does not contain stories of great achievement or discoveries. Now you can see most of these people, like uh, they have been in the craft for years. I mean, 5 10 years. I can give you countless examples, but popular ones are like Elon Musk have been in the tech world for years. Nobody know him until he became the richest person on earth. And Bill Gates too have been in the tech world for years. Ed Sheeran have been playing the guitar, singing for many years. We are talking about 10 years, 10,000 hours, according to uh, the author that wrote the book on in Outliers, where he talked about 10,000 hours, Malcolm Gladwell. So it's very, very important for you to understand that this is not a day job. This is something you have to put your all in, and doing it in the right way. Now, a close examination of their lives reveals a pattern that transcends their various fields, indicating a kind of ideal apprenticeship for mastery. So, if you look at their life, they kind of like delve into so many things, but at the end, they have some relation, and they bring together those relations, and that is what brought them to the peak, to the mastery level. You must see yourself as following in their footsteps. You are a voyage in which you will craft your own future. I love this line. You have to see yourself in the footstep of your mentor. You want to be a psychiatrist, you have to look at those psychiatrists and see yourself there. And you have to realize that the journey is more important than the destination, because the destination itself, for me, it's vague. There's no clear cut destination. So you have to kind of like it's kind of like a process. Take yourself step by step, and believe that this is a voyage that does not have end. You have to just be improving day after day. Now, you constantly look for challenges, pushing yourself past your comfort zone. Contrary to our normal belief, we think challenge it's bad for us, but challenge is the way. Just like the book on obstacle is the way, so challenge is the way. You have to go after those obstacles. You have to do the hard things. You use difficulty as a way to measure your progress. This is the spirit you must adopt, and see your apprenticeship as a kind of journey in which you will transform yourself rather than as a drab indoctrination into the work world. And you have to see it as a way of transformation. It's not all about work. Most of us, we kind of like say, I'm busy, I'm working, but it's not about that. You have to really see yourself like, I'm transforming in this work, like increasing the hardship, more like a video game where once you pass a level, the next level will be kind of harder. So I would kind of like try to give you some couple of stories to cement this idea before we delve into the conclusion of this. Now, if you take the life of any successful person, you kind of see this this stepwise process in ideal apprenticeship, where they are constantly seeking for hard things and they are kind of like becoming great. So I'll give you a short part of the life of um, Scott H. Young. Is one of my best author. He just released this book. I'll put the link in the description of his latest book. For you, if you like, you can get it. He's a guru in the aspect of teaching people how to learn in the right way. He did um, he did the MIT challenge, which he finished the MIT degree and course in less than a year, which is very impressive. And in fact, it was not a waste of time because he even got job offer for that, and he became more famous by that. In his own words, I mean, he said that now, knowledge, when he started seeking for knowledge, like when he was in university, the way he was seeking for it, it was kind of slow. He was not getting stuff. Then, after university, he thought that he would like to learn other things. Now, one of the thing part after other things that he learned, one of the thing he thought of trying to learn, it is language. He wanted to learn some of this language that he loved. So he left his country and go to that country. He went to Korea. That is where he planned to learn Korea language in a month, which is ridiculous. But what he did is that in his book he talked about those things. Directness is one of the way you learn. In his book Ultra Learning, he talk about directness, like directly doing what. If you want to learn a language, just speak the language, make the mistakes and correct, make the mistake and correct. That's how you learn. It's not by staying in the room reading the language, the story about the language, the history. It's a waste of time and resources. So he went to the country and he called it a year without English, and he was just juggling the language, scattering it, just like a baby. A baby, they have no choice. They have to learn the language. That's why they learn fast. So he realized he has no choice. So he has to learn the language. He put a rule for himself that he will not speak English. So in the course, he learned the language in short period of time. He also went on and learned how to draw in 30 days. So this is it. Like, you have to directly do the apprenticeship and you have to seek for hardship in the stuff. And I'll also add to you about the book on learning, which actually talk about how you would be able to like learn in the right way by doing the right thing. So, and many researches have been done that you have to kind of like go after the hard thing. The harder it is, the better it is you learn. Now, let's go back to the book. And the first is that when you want to learn something, motivation is absolutely key. You have to get something to motivate you. Definitely, you have to have a reason. Just like myself, I started this YouTube because my motivation is I want to learn, and I realized that I have to put myself out there if I want to learn. Austin Kleon talk about in his book "Show Your Work." He talk about just showing what you have, like the world are my teachers, the critics are my teachers. So I'm just putting out what I know, and along the way I'm improving that. That is the key. Now, I also learned the importance of the intensity of your focus, of being immersed in something. But the most important lesson of all was that you really learn in this world by doing things by practice. That's very important. You learn by doing over and over, practicing and practicing, and from this you slowly get a pleasure, a joy from the process itself and from mastering something. Now, in conclusion, I like you to put this straight into your head. Get this, repeat this if you like. If you want to write a book, write it. If you want to be a musician, make music. If you want to start a business, go ahead and start it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes or failing. If you want to start a YouTube, start it. You learn best through failures. Find someone who is a master at music or at business and attach yourself to them. Get an education at their feet, doing whatever it takes they assign you. Immerse yourself in the world or the industry that you wish to master. This is better than all the books or courses you could read or take in the world. Learning by doing. Thank you very much for listening. I'd like you to subscribe, like, and share to your friends. Bye till we meet in the next one.